Good morning and welcome back. We're going to take a look at the 5.3C Part 1. So we're going to do this in two separate parts because the lesson's a little bit long. But the idea stays the same. We're just going to have to do one more extra piece to it than we were in the last section. So it says Larry has a piece of rope that's 12 feet long. He cuts off 25% of the rope. How long is the rope now? So the first thing we need to do is that we need to let x equal the amount cut off because we need to find that number first. So if we have the amount cut off over the original length, we will have x over 12 and then equals, again we have our percent, so percent is out of 100. And now we're going to go ahead and cross multiply. So we have 100x equals 12 times 25. If you put that into your calculator, you are going to get 100x equals 300. And if we divide by 100, we are going to get x equals 3. So 3 is actually not our answer. 3 is the amount that was cut off. And the question wants to know, how long is the rope now? So if the original rope was 12 feet and we need to cut off 3 feet, we're going to get 9 feet. So that means that the rope is 9 feet long. So the way you determine whether or not this is a problem like this versus one that was like the previous section is really making sure your let statement is clear, because the question says how long is the rope now, but we need to figure out the cut off. So cut off and rope now, those are not the same words. And so that should help you figure out, oh, this has one more step. You know, the quiz that's next week is mostly the other problems. There's only one problem that's going to look like this on it. So Joe has a rope that's 25% longer than Larry's 12-foot long rope. How long is Joe's rope now? So we can let x equal the amount longer. So in our word ratio, we would have longer to original. And that's going to give us x over 12 because we don't know how much length we're adding there. And then again, 25 over 100. So what you'll notice is that the proportion itself looks very similar to the one in 1a, the difference being the word ratio, which is why you really want to be careful with the word ratios. Those word ratios do matter. So if we divide by 100 on both sides, we're going to get 3. Now, I know we're looking at that going, oh, that's the same as part A, but the thing is, this is an increase because it says longer. So that means we're going to take the 12-foot rope and we're going to add 3 to it. So the rope is currently 15 feet. So Joe's rope is 15 feet long. Now, some students don't like to do that. They look at that and go, but Ms. Lewis, I'd rather do it all in one step. And the thing is, you can do it all in one step. And that's what I'm going to show you on number 2. It's kind of up to you whether or not you like the one like number 1 or if you like it better like number 2. So it says she invested $150. And I'm going to draw a little box just to show you what $150 looks like. Then it says she earned 10%. So if this is her original $150 and she's earning 10%, earning means that she's getting to keep it. So her new amount that she has now, so this is her original, this is her increase, or her how much she invested. Sorry, I meant earned. Together, it's going to give her how much she has now. So 100 plus 10 is going to give us 110%. And so if you prefer to do it all in one step like we've been doing it in the other ones, this is something that you're going to want to do. So it says how much money does she have now? And we can let x equal money now. And so we have money now over the original investment. And if you want to put the word original, that's completely fine. The thing is, money now is 110%. So out of 100, we don't know how much money she has now, but she started with $150. And so this is going to take care of it all at once. So if we cross multiply, we're going to have 100 times x, and then equals 110 times 150. And so if we multiply that together in our calculator, we're going to get 100x equals 16,500. If we divide by 100, we're going to get 165. And so what we're doing here is we're eliminating the need to add anything together because it immediately gives you the answer. So Lydia has $165 now. So it's up to you how you like to do it. If you want to do it all at once, you're going to want to make sure you're taking into account the extra percent, whether it's growing or decreasing. B is a decrease, so I'm going to show you what that looks like. And then we'll move on to number 3, and that'll be the end of today. So it said, how much money would Lydia have if she lost 10%? So again, if we have like a little box going, okay, this is her original 100%, so that's how much she has to begin with. If she lost 10%, that means we're taking away 10%, which means she currently has 90%. So this is what she would have now. So instead of needing to find the 10%, you can do 100 minus 10 to give you 90. So we have let x equal money now. Word ratio is going to stay the same as it did on part A. We're still looking at how much money she has now over the original investment. We don't know how much money she has now. The original investment was $150, and the place we find that is from the original problem. So in the original problem, it says she invested $150. And then money now is 90%, and then over 100. So if we cross multiply, we're going to have 100x equals 150 times 90. We're going to plug that into our calculator, and we are going to get 13,500. And if we divide by 100, we are going to get 135. So if she had lost money, Lydia would have $135. Okay, so we're going to take a look at number 3, and then we're going to stop for today. The homework tonight is just to do questions number 1 and 2. I am not going to have you do question 3 like on Thursday. It's a completely different assignment, okay? So it says Rico's resting heart rate, so that just means when he's sitting, is 50 beats per minute. So that means in his original, it's 50 beats per minute. His exercise rate is 150% of his resting rate. So what that means is that we've got a 50% growth. So this whole thing is going to be 150. So on this one, they kind of give you what your new one is. So this is his exercise rate. And so they want to know what that target exercise rate is. So we're going to let x equal his target exercise weight. And we're going to have the exercise rate over his resting, or his original rate. And if you like the word resting better because you see it in the problem, that's fine. You can use that. We're going to have x over 50. And now for the percent, we have 150 over 100. And now we're going to cross multiply. So we've got 100x equals 50 times 150. So we have 100 x equals 7,500. And if we divide by 100, we're going to have x equals 75. So that means his target rate is 75 beats per minute. So just a reminder, I'm going to teach 5.3C Part 2 on Thursday, and then Tuesday will be a review. Thursday's homework of this week is going to be a practice check for understanding, which is like a practice quiz. And then the quiz will be Thursday of next week. So don't forget we have office hours at 9:45, and I'd be happy to help you. Have a good day. Bye.